Hello there, Ioannis. Welcome to your first trial essay correction. My name's Andrew and I work here at IELTSpodcast.com with Ben and the others. What we try to do with these global marketing essays is test students' topic-specific vocabulary on the subject of globalization. Not only is this a really relevant topic to the world today, but it always comes up on the IELTS exam. So it's good to be prepared. Now, we can offer you as much guidance and support as possible with this one essay, but in order to make significant improvements to writing, it takes repeated corrections over time. Only in this way can you learn to spot your own mistakes and stop making them in the future. So first things first, let's read through your essay sentence by sentence and see if we can improve it somewhat. So my first point would be that this does not need to be capital. Only proper nouns are capitalized, and this is not one. So the science of marketing, dealing with various strategies used by companies, remove this, used by companies to promote sales or commercial interests in general, has acquired worldwide dimensions during the last decades. This doesn't feel quite right to me. While it's it's kind of accurate, I would prefer has expanded globally over the last few decades. So we need to be very, when academic writing, we need to be very precise. So how many decades? The last decades could be any number of decades, and therefore it's quite ambiguous, and we need to stay away from any kind of ambiguity. And this as well is very strong. Obliterating is quite a violent term, and any kind of barriers is very absolute. And we want to stay away from any strong or absolute statements, because we can't be that certain about our opinion. The whole point of these is to discuss a point, not to really assert certainly a point. So to obliterate is far too strong, and any kind of barriers, we could say, has removed many barriers traditionally encountered with languages and culture. Also, I would here apply your opinion. So I would say, personally, I believe, or in my opinion, and then tell us what you think about this. According to one school of thought, international marketing disrupts the function of national economies. Perfect sentence. Based on this argument, the traditional networks through which sales on a local or national scale are successful are disrupted. See, now, we want to stay away from repetition. We want to try to vary our speech, or our writing rather. So, what's another word for disrupted? We could say inhibited. To inhibit is to apply resistance to reduce, to inhibit. Sales on a local or national scale are inhibited, so we don't need this either. Bringing a reduction in profits and increased unemployment as an immediate result. And then I would use a semicolon here and say, consequently, the takeover of successful firms by international capital occurs frequently. Here as well, you would need to tell us what the fate of the economy of many African countries really was. We need to know, if you refer to something, an idea as complex as this, really it needs its own paragraph. What is the fate of the economy in African countries? How does it relate to international marketing? And how can that be measured? On the other hand, various groups that support globalization offer evidence to the contrary. Again, your introductory sentences to your paragraphs are great. Competitiveness in the national economy is boosted since advertising occurs according to international standards. Very good. In addition, comma, local vested interests see to patronize doesn't quite match up here. To be patronizing is to talk down to someone or to treat them as if they are an idiot. So this is not quite right. I'm not quite sure what you mean here. Furthermore, comma, the national economy may prosper through exposure to ideas that function successfully on the global level and to the financial culture that prevails elsewhere. I think what we should say here, furthermore, a national economy can prosper through exposure to proven ideas or to ideas that have proven successful in other cultures or just elsewhere. Finally, comma, marketing can function bidirectionally and through proper use of and through its proper use, comma, the value of national products can be internationally estimated. I'm not sure how marketing allows the value of national products to be estimated, but I would say that marketing can function bidirectionally and through its proper use, national products can attain international value. A typical example can be the appropriate marketing of tourism destinations. So this is an issue with your paragraphs, is that the academic structure requires you to introduce the topic of your idea, to expand it with your own thoughts, to justify it and support it with an example, and then to explain with one more sentence how it relates back to the topic. But an example used of the real world must be credible, and that means that we can either show a definite effect or we can show definite numerical consequences. So we can say, in 2004, this situation was measured as this. Once this had happened, it was measured again, and it was measured as this. From these results, we can see. So we have to be precise and specific when referring to our examples. In conclusion, although international marketing can exert negative consequences, we don't need this. There are also many opportunities. Golden opportunities is not very academic. It's very much for speech. There are also many opportunities to improve the national economies. Good. So you have a good vocabulary and you have decent ideas and you are very intelligent, clearly. What we need from your paragraphs is a more academic structure that brings a better progression of your ideas. Every paragraph should follow the same flow of introducing the topic, expanding with the thought, the point, justifying it with a really specific example that definitely supports the idea and is clear, and then a therefore, thus, or consequently sentence at the end that ties it back, not only explains it all, but ties it back to the topic as well. So for you, the biggest gains could be made with firming up your paragraph structure. But if you'd like to continue receiving corrections in this manner, where I sit and point out all of your mistakes, you can subscribe to our course, the link to which is in this email. It comes with 8 essay corrections in total, over which we hope to improve your writing to above a level 7, if possible. I do hope to be seeing some more of your work coming through soon, but until then, have a wonderful day, and bye-bye for now.